Good evening, everyone. I am Eduardo Jorgensen, medical doctor and CEO of MedicSen. I founded this company because living with diabetes is still a mess nowadays. And I found out when a little girl rejected the treatment in my hospital consult. She had to adapt her routine to the disease, sometimes even having to avoid birthday parties. She and her mom were constantly worried because they didn't know if something as simple as going for a hike would be good or bad for her glucose, and finally using needles every day was just not worth it. So there are 400 million diabetic patients around the world, and only 1 in every 3 achieves the target goals to avoid complications. So that means that every day 30 people die early because of diabetes in countries like Spain. And as you can imagine, it consumes a lot of money, between 10 and 20% of the annual healthcare budget. In order to solve it, we gather a strong team of medical doctors, engineers, artificial intelligence, and businessmen, and we design our technology together with the patient in order to increase the value. So our learning algorithm in the cloud analyzes information received by third-party wearable devices that the patient currently uses. These are smartwatches and continuous glucose monitors. And it is capable of showing the information on the chatbot app in the smartphone in terms of future glucose levels that we predict and the optimal advice to avoid any kind of risk that the patient could face. For example, if we detect a low glucose risk, we will send a notification recommending a snack. Or the patient at any moment could ask, how will drinking a Coke in 30 minutes affect my glucose? How about going for a hike? We have been testing the systems in summer with great results, so we thought, why not give it another go, close the loop of diabetes with something that can inject insulin without any kind of needles, and that does it automatically following the orders of the algorithm. We have the first prototype of the needle-free insulin smart patch, and we tested it last week, managing to get drugs through the skin with no needles. So we will finish the development in 2017. The commercial strategy for the software will be to release a free basic app next week and monetize it in March with 2 premium modules. The first one is a prediction module, and the second one is a personal meal and activity planner. We are reaching the market through doctors and diabetes associations with a focus on young technology users and parents of children with the disease. We have the support of big players like Madrid universities, Lilly, Vertical, and Microsoft, because they see the value for their companies and the scalability of our project, since it can be adapted to a lot of chronic diseases like epilepsy. We're currently fundraising $200,000 and have secured more than half of it with a convertible loan note, and the funds will be used to achieve commercial traction with the software and perform patch laboratory tests with human skin in order to raise a 2 million Series A round by 2017. Join us at MedicSen to shape the future of healthcare. Thank you very much.
What sort of regulatory environment do you operate in? What sort of approvals do you need from governmental bodies?
Sorry, I didn't have time. Currently, the software doesn't need to be regulated. The patch, since it works automatically and is something that stays outside of the body, is a Class 2B medical device. We have all the strategy settled because we're working together with Lilly to help fostering that process.
Why are you raising so little money? It sounds like an expensive thing to do.
It's bridge finance, because we know that we need 2 million in order to fill all this regulatory process and the test, but we don't feel that we are in the point of raising that money in equity financing right now, so we are raising 200,000 in a convertible loan note that will allow us to secure that commercial traction with the software and perform the insulin, the test, laboratory test for the insulin patch that will leverage this technology and for the investors.
Thank you.
Thank you.